Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 7th of October, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at currencies. This is the dollar index, weekly, daily, and 60-minute chart, my long-term, medium-term, and short-term view with the corresponding point and figure charts. So the dollar actually had a good day yesterday, just pushing up into the cloud. Not quite into bullish territory, but we do seem to be forming a bottom on this long-term chart, and the point and figure chart suggests that we've found support there, so that's quite key. Looking at the euro dollar, we see here that we actually just fell away a bit yesterday, but we are just still holding the bullish trend. And sterling sitting at 129.15 against the dollar, falling away a bit yesterday against that stronger dollar, and still just not managing to break that 130 level. Against the euro, we're back below the 110 level, so sterling falling away there. Just this steady decline that we've seen in the run-up to Brexit, of course. Bitcoin sitting at $10,600, not much change there. And the big moves yesterday in the market were the where US stocks fell away with Trump tweeting on not supporting any further liquidity measures. So we're seeing just markets in the US really jittery, and that's up quite big numbers one day and then down the next. We are in short-term bull mode, but that bearish engulfing candle still hangs over us, and the downside target activated on the 0.5% chart. On the Nasdaq, we've activated downside targets to 20 on both charts. We have a new upside target on the Nasdaq, and that will be critical. Can we break to a new high above that level here on the 60-minute chart? If we do that, we activate an upside target. That's the key now. Can we break that? So if we look at the Dow, that was down 1.33%. We do see the futures up this morning. The S&P future up 0.5%. The Nasdaq E-mini up 0.5%. And the VIX volatility is just slightly higher, sitting at 29.51. 30 seems to be the critical level on the VIX. We've touched it this morning. We just can't get above it. So this is the fear index, of course. We move above 30, that starts to change the picture. And if we look at the UK market, the FTSE futures down 0.25%. The DAX in Germany, the cash index is down just slightly, and the CAC 40 is up 0.1. So European markets generally flat, still having not made new highs, of course. Tokyo was up very slightly. The Hang Seng in Hong Kong was up 1%. So we're seeing a little bit of recovery there. Back to short-term bullish. Chinese stocks just continue to fall. So we're seeing this sideways consolidation pattern really risking breaking down with a short-term trend to the downside. In India, the Sensex was up 0.75%. That's just starting to nudge to pushing to new multi-month highs. We haven't made new highs, of course, but India is actually looking stronger again. And the Sensex, the Australian index, looking strong there, up over 1%, so that's looking better as well. Gold sitting at 18.89, so it did fall quite heavily yesterday on that stronger dollar, putting us into short-term bearish mode for gold. So just really struggling there. The long-term chart's still looking good. Silver, much the same picture, of course, back into bearish territory. US 10-year yields have been making 3 and 4 month highs. This is bond yields in the US. We did fall away a little bit yesterday, but the fact is we are back to those levels we saw in June, where we got to nearly 1%. So we may well have bottomed on US interest rates. That will be quite interesting. Looking at the energy mix, Brent crude is down 1.3% this morning. If we can move above this high that we saw yesterday, we activate an upside target to $51, but we are looking at this potential pattern of the lower high and the lower low. So it's not really looking great for crude. It's rolling over, and the price has started to come below the cloud. WTI, much the same picture, of course, and we're just looking a little bit bearish here. We have activated an upside target, but we do have the short-term downside target hanging over us. US nat gas sitting at $2.53, so looking a lot better there, just holding that level quite consistently. And coal, we're seeing here that the coal price is sitting at 59.65, so it has recovered a little bit. We do still have this downside target hanging over us. Emissions were up over 3% at the open this morning. That's the breakout that we've been expecting. We're seeing that break of the triangle pattern, which is really quite strong there. So emissions looking stronger. We've got this 28.90 target to play for. So we did go bullish on emissions this week. MBP is up 0.9%. And TTF front month up 1.5%. Looking at winter gas, no change this morning there, and German power is up 1.1%. So German power also looking like a similar break as emissions. So starting to look a little bit better there. And we look at most of the other power markets, they're also up this morning. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.